fans fell in love with The Ellen Show as early as 2003, when the daytime talk show hit the ground running due to host Ellen DeGeneres' comedic wit and her tell-it-like-it-is demeanor, while chatting with some of the biggest celebrities on the planet. Although some of Ellen's best interviews have gone viral as she appears to have a way with making celebs feel comfortable, some, on the other hand, have not gone as smooth. Viewers and even celebrity guests have been left feeling pretty uncomfortable after some cringe-worthy interview questions. So, mentally prepare yourselves as we run down 9 of the most awkward Ellen Show interview moments right here on Listed.
Have you ever been watching something that's just so uncomfortably awkward but you kinda can't turn it off? Yeah, that's sort of what's about to go down, times like 9. So don't say I didn't warn you.
It was the shocking interview that seemed to start the entire fall of Ellen's empire earlier this year, when YouTube beauty guru Nikkitutorials exposed Ellen for being cold and not as nice as she led on to be.
So nice to meet you.
Oh my God, it's an honor. I'm like, can you pinch me, please?
Yes, I can.
Oh God, it hurts, it's real.
Although Ellen appeared to be genuinely interested in what Nikki had to say about coming out as transgender, Nikki later revealed during an interview that Ellen was cold, adding, quote, "It was a huge honor to be on that stage with Ellen, but it wasn't as nice as I thought." This seemed to be what kicked off many others, especially employees of Ellen, also coming forward and exposing the truth about the toxic workplace culture, which we've broken down over the past few weeks. Alright you guys, so let it be known right this second that whether you're talking to a close friend or an audience of millions, bringing up your famous ex is the first rule of relationship don'ts. This rule was apparently forgotten the time Katy Perry stopped by The Ellen Show when she was challenged to a game of Will You Perry Me? It was all fun and games until Katy asked Ellen if she hypothetically had to get married again. Ellen completely forgot that Katy was previously married to actor Russell Brand, and things got awkward when she asked Katy who it was that she was married to.
You were not married.
I was when I was 25.
Were you?
Yeah, it's been a long time, honey.
To who?
No wrinkles, no lines.
To who?
His name was Russell Brand.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Russell. Yeah.
Even more awkward was that Katy revealed that Ellen had given them wedding gifts on a prior taping of her show. Thankfully, Katy and the audience were able to laugh the entire incident off. But fans at home watching were not as forgiving. One user commented on the clip writing, quote, "I can't believe Ellen forgot Katy Perry was married. That divorce was everywhere." Another fan wrote, "Am I the only one who feels this is cringy AF?" As you may or may not know, Katy's divorce from Russell was very bad, with it being documented in Pieces of Me. But rather than forgetting the name of a famous ex, Ellen never really seems to forget the names of Taylor Swift's exes, and makes it a point to bring them up every time Taylor appears on the show.
She always asks me who I'm dating every time I'm on the show, and I don't even know why. But it gets 5 million hits on YouTube, 'cause every single time I come on this show, it's really weird, all because of Ellen.
Ouch. But nothing really stopped Ellen from bringing it up the next time Taylor visited the show, as Ellen continued to badger her about her love life.
You were here with your boyfriend, Zac Efron, last time. How's he doing?
We actually never dated.
Yes, you did. So when you...
Sorry, Ellen, but it seems like the moment passed long ago. But if anyone knows Taylor's pain, it would be Justin Bieber. But at least Ellen didn't project a naked paparazzi photo of Taylor for the whole world to see. That's right, you guys, Justin's face resembled a beaming red cherry tomato when Ellen grilled him back in 2015 about his Bora Bora vacation. Instead of just, I don't know, not showing the photo, Ellen went in on questions about his, mini Justin, and then asked who the mystery girl he was vacationing with, to which he responded, "Just a friend." Things got really tense when Ellen claimed that she'd never just stripped down in front of a casual friend like that before.
She's just a friend?
She's just a friend.
Wow. I have friends, I've never seen them naked like that. And they don't bring me to Bora Bora.
Stop, you're making me blush, dude.
Fans weren't too thrilled with the photo being exposed, let alone Ellen digging into Justin's personal life. One user wrote, "Imagine if Kimmel or Fallon brought on a female guest and shared her nude pictures that the paparazzi took without her consent to the audience. Just food for thought." Another user commented, "They had to put the pic on the big screen? LOL. Ellen is cool and all, but it was dumb to keep the nude pic up the whole time he was talking. You could see it bothered him. Speaking of being bothered, Ellen took former First Lady Michelle Obama on a shopping spree to a CVS to prepare her for regular life after Barack's final year as president. While Michelle was genuinely shopping for goods for her family, Ellen caused a scene by opening unpaid-for products, overusing the megaphone, and at one point, attempted to sign a sleeping baby's forehead.
Oh, Ellen, look at this baby.
Let's sign the baby.
No, don't sign the baby.
Do you want us to sign the baby?
Things got so tense that Michelle seemingly had enough of Ellen's antics and called her annoying.
You know, you're really annoying. It's like taking a 3-year-old to the store.
Not everybody does everything for you anymore.
Well, obviously not. I mean, this was hard.
Another celebrity who seemed to have had it with Ellen's antics was Cher, and on not one, but 2 different occasions. During a 2018 trip to a dry bar studio, Ellen and Cher took over being hairstylists for the day, when Ellen seemed much more concerned about trying to be funny and crack jokes than actually styling hair. Once Ellen proceeded to sing karaoke to Cher's hit, If I Could Turn Back Time, Cher turned to Ellen and said, "Of all the bad ones I've heard of me, you know, this is probably the worst." But things got even more awkward when Ellen continued to badger Cher on some of the lyrics to the song, and then this happened.
Yeah, she knows me. They know me better than they know you.
You're such a
Whether it was a joke or a not so subtle dig that was disguised as a joke, this wasn't the first time that Cher called Ellen a During Ellen's popular 5-second rule segment, celebrities are asked to name 3 words relating to the subject in 5 seconds. This particular subject being things that turn you on. While Ellen and Cher both agreed that they love chocolate, Ellen kept asking Cher if chocolate turned her on, to which Cher seemed to reach her breaking point.
And then it turns you on?
No, it doesn't turn me on.
You just said it did.
No, I didn't mean it in that way.
Okay.
The audience definitely got a laugh out of it, but Ellen seemed a little put off as she told the audience,
We both lost, and I'll be right back. She won't.
awkward. Moving right along to comedian and host of the weekly Netflix show The Patriot Act, Hasan Minhaj taught Ellen a very important lesson during a segment of her show last year. While saying his name, Ellen completely butchered it, which prompted him to pause what they were about to chat about and set the record straight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's Hasan Minhaj.
No.
Yes.
No.
Really?
Well, my name is Hasan Minhaj.
Oh.
I actually want to do this on national television.
Good, please, because everyone that says your name says Hasan Minhaj.
Yeah, but the real way you pronounce it, and this is a big deal because my parents are here, it's Hasan Minhaj.
Thankfully, Ellen wasn't the first person to butcher his name, but Hasan then went on to make a good point, saying, "Look, when I first started doing comedy, people were like, you should change your name." And I'm like, I'm not going to change my name. If you can pronounce Ansel Elgort, you can pronounce Hasan Minhaj. Well, he does make a good point. Celine Dion had no time for Ellen's criticism about her son, René Charles, and his physical appearance during an interview from 2007. While putting up a family photo, Ellen fixated on Celine's son's long hair, asking when she's going to cut his hair. It didn't take long for Celine to clap back with a question of her own.
But look at his hair. When are you going to cut that hair?
Do you have a problem with that?
No, I don't have a problem. That is some long hair.
At first, Celine played it off smoothly, claiming that she's asked her son countless times if he wanted her to open his face up to show his eyes more, but in the end, Celine revealed that he's just gonna make his own decisions. Although it was obvious Celine was taken aback by Ellen's comment, Ellen seemed to know that she was immediately in the wrong and switched the subject to talking about her music. Nice save and all, but fans weren't too thrilled with Ellen's comment as many called her out on her sexist remark, especially towards someone so young. One user wrote, "Ellen has some nerve giving a boy a hard time because his hair doesn't quite sync with his gender role." Another fan commented saying, "Love how Ellen conveniently changes the subject when Celine calls her out on her judgy crap." And finally, Ellen has been known to ask guests about their birthdays, and when she doesn't score an invite, things get awkward. But not for Dakota Johnson, who popped back at Ellen after getting flack about not inviting her to her birthday party back in 2018, only to be stood up about her birthday in 2019. Take a look.
How was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. Last time I was on the show, last year, you gave me a bunch of shit about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
Ellen then asked, well, who wouldn't want to be invited to a party? To which Dakota replied, well, I didn't even know you liked me. After some back and forth banter, even Ellen's producers confirmed that she was, in fact, invited to Dakota's party.
Ask Jonathan, your producer. Who
Okay.
said you were?
I
Yeah,
was
he's right
invited?
there.
Why didn't I go?
I don't know.
Was it, oh yeah, I had that thing.
And thank goodness this video is nearing the end, you guys, because I don't know how much more of this we can all handle.
And for more details on Ellen and the many accusations of a toxic workplace, you can click right over here for another Clevver video. Then be sure to let me know which of these interviews you found to be the most awkward right here in the comment section below. They were pretty bad. I'm your host, Sussan Mourad. I'll catch you later. Bye guys.